Book of Isaiah, chapter 14. For Yahweh will have pity on Jacob, and will let those among Israel, and yet those choose among Israel, and set them in their own land. And the foreigners shall be joined to them, and they shall cling to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their own place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for slaves and slave girls. And they shall be captives for their captors, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall be in the day that Yahweh, it shall be in that day that Yahweh shall give you rest from your sorrow, and from your trouble, and from the hard bondage which is pressed on you. You shall lift up his proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how the oppressor, the gold gatherer, has ceased. Yahweh has broken the rod of the wicked and the staff of rulers, who struck the peoples in wrath, a blow without turning away, ruling the nations in anger, dealing out persecution without restraint. All the earth is at rest, quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice over you. The cedars of Lebanon say, since you have lain down, no woodcutter will come up against us. Sheol from below is stirred for you, to meet you at your coming. It stirs up the departed spirits for you, all the leaders of the people of the earth. It has raised all the kings of the nations from their thrones. All of them shall answer and say to you, are you also made as weak as we? Are we likened to us? Are you likened to us? Your majesty is lowered into Sheol. The noise of your harps, the maggot is spread under you, yea, the worms cover you. O Lucifer, son of the morning, how you have fallen from the heavens. Footnote 3, showing the downfall of Satan. You weakening the nations, you are cut down to the ground. For you have said in your heart, I will go up to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of El, and I will sit in the mountain of appointment, in the sides of the north. Footnote number 1, Satan had a very high position to Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, until pride and vanity destroyed him. I will rise over the heights of the clouds. I will be compared to Elion, parentheses, the Most High. Footnote number 2, Yahweh tells us to emulate him in his character and likeness, but not to try to usurp his position and authority, meaning that's what Satan did. Yet you shall go down to Sheol, to the sides of the pit. They shall see you stare and closely watch you, saying, is this the man who made the earth tremble, shaking kingdoms? Footnote 3, in the end, Satan will rule for 42 months over an evil world system. 42 months, meaning actually that's in spiritual terms. It's not 42 literal months, it's longer than that. I don't have the calculation. But look it up. Making the world like a wilderness, and who tore down its cities? He did not open a house for his prisoners. Making the world like a wilderness, and who tore down its cities? He did not open a house for his prisoners. All kings of nations, all of them, lie in glory, each man in his house. But you are thrown from your grave like a despised branch. Footnote number 4, a parallel to Messiah, who is the true branch. This is speaking of Satan, how he will be thrown down. Like the covering of the slain, those pierced by the sword, those who go down into the stones of the pit, like a dead body trampled underfoot. You shall not be united with them in burial, because you ruined your land. You have slain your people. The seed of evildoers shall never be named. This here meaning that all wicked people will be wiped out and they won't be remembered. Prepare for the slaughter of his sons for their iniquity of their fathers, that they may not rise and possess the land and fill the face of the earth with cities. Again, saying that evil people will not be resurrected and be able to partake in the new kingdom. For I will rise against them, says Yahweh of hosts, and I will cut off the name and the remnant, the son and grandson from Babylon, declares Yahweh. Also I will make it a possession of the hedgehog and pools of water, and I will sweep it with a broom of ruin, says Yahweh of hosts. Yahweh of hosts has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so it shall be, and as I have purposed, it shall rise up, to break Assyria in my land and trample him on my mountains. Then his yoke shall depart from them, and his burden shall depart from his shoulders. This is the purpose that is purposed on all the earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out on all the nations. For Yahweh of hosts has proposed, and who shall reverse it? And his hand is stretched out. Who shall turn it back? This burden was in the year King Ahaz died. Do not rejoice, O Philistia, all of you, for the rod of your striking is broken, because a viper comes forth from the root of a snake, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent. Footnote number 5, the Hebrew word used here is seraph, serpent, seraph. Interesting. Fiery flying serpent. Well, in ancient Aztec and Mayan legend, there's a fiery serpent. His name is Quetzalcoatl. And the firstborn of the poor shall eat, and the needy shall lie down in safety. And I will kill your root with famine, and it shall kill your remnant. Howl, O gate, cry, O city, Philistia is melted away, all of you. For a smoke comes from the north, and not one is alone in his ranks. What then shall one answer to the messengers of the nation? That Yahweh has founded Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it.